We bring you images and videos of what's out there, but one thing that you may not have come across is what space actually sounds like.
Okay, so this was first unveiled in May. A repost is now going viral.
For centuries, there's been a misconception that there is no sound in space until now.
Turns out that's because most of space is a vacuum. But over the weekend, NASA unveiled
audio of a galaxy cluster with so much gas in it, they picked up actual sound from a black hole.
Fair warning, the sound is a little eerie. And with that, I think I am ready to head back to Earth.
Who otherworldly? NASA shared this 34-second clip.
All right, that's pretty cool, but it's also kind of eerie.
Yeah.
What is the significance of it?
Well, it means that black holes are no longer science fiction, that we can actually see these things in outer space, measure them. It's an object so dense that even light itself cannot escape. So how can sound escape when even light itself cannot escape? What you're actually listening to is vibrations created by the black hole rippling through the gas cloud. These vibrations are then picked up on the planet Earth, massaged by a computer, amplified by 57 octaves, boosting it so that we can hear it with the ear. If you want to, quote, see a black hole tonight, go outside, look in the direction of Sagittarius. That's the center of the galaxy. In Sagittarius, there is a black hole, weighs 2 to 4 million times the mass of our sun, and we on the Earth are actually moving around that black hole. And you can see it tonight in the constellation Sagittarius. So this is not just science fiction anymore. We can actually see these things. We can actually, quote, hear these things if you boost the signal, of course.
That's a little spooky, though, don't you think?
Well, yeah, it sounds horrible, but
very fascinating.
The last thing before we go tonight, fifth rock from the sun. Earth got you down? Me too. Well, let's venture into the cosmos for a breather.
And now to some new pictures that have been released by NASA showing our largest planetary neighbor, Jupiter, in unprecedented detail.
Okay, so NASA is releasing new images of Jupiter.
Yeah, and researchers found more than they expected. Take a look. So the images show everything from auroras around Jupiter's poles to a clear view of that great red spot. That's a storm big enough to swallow the Earth. So
glowing light shows or auroras dancing at the poles, faint rings and two of the planet's many moons standing out against a backdrop of glittering galaxies.
It's fair to say some of these images have pretty much knocked the socks off some of the scientists. They're all saying James Webb is performing even better than expected. It's just unprecedented, the level of detail and the clarity of these images.
Hubble's more powerful successor, the James Webb, was launched into orbit in December. And since the summer, it's been sending back extraordinary images of the universe. Over the years to come, the telescope will be peering ever further back in time.
This is incredible. Think about that.
You have me excited.
We're going back to creation itself. The Webb is a time machine. We're talking about pictures of the earliest galaxies and stars formed almost 200 million years after the Big Bang itself. So we're talking about going back to creation, back to when the universe was a baby.
You know, the images that you see are great, but the amount of detail that's in these images astounded us. When we saw what it did, in only 12 hours, we knew in our hearts that whatever's out there, we're going to see it. So when you think about it, it's possibly, addressing two of the most fundamental questions in astronomy. How did it all begin? And are we alone?